What's up? It's Tuesday. Carshall Rel is in the building, holding it down for Car Talk TV. We got a legend today, a special guest. Yes, sir. Legend, and she's a female. She's a female holding it down in the car culture. Y'all know who she is. NASCAR Knit Swag Jr. Look, we ain't gonna waste no time for this one. We've been waiting for a minute. We've been waiting for a minute to get her up. Waiting for a minute to get her up on here. And right now, the time is perfect. Yeah, let's tap her in right now, guys. And let's get this show on the road.
Hey there.
What? We got KP in the freaking building. What's up, KP?
How you doing?
Look, I got my merch on, right? We leveling up. You know, it's all about the hustle. Shout out to my guy, Soda Muscle, the SRT guy for the merch. But it fits perfect for this session.
Definitely.
Car Talk TV. So let's get right into it. Give us a quick little rundown, KP, of who you are. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, so I guess the easiest way to describe myself is I'm just a girl who loves cars. I'm in love with cars, the culture, mostly old schools. I'm starting to move over into other genres of cars, but for the most part, growing up in Florida, dunks are a way of life for us. So, you know, I'm not necessarily sure how I got to have the love I do for G-bodies, but dunks are like top tier. It's presidential here in Florida.
Of course.
So I can remember, and I'm gonna post these pictures, and I keep saying I'm gonna do it on like Throwback Thursday. Post pictures of sitting on all the old school cars when I was a little girl, and so just since then I just been in love with the cars.
Love it.
So fast forward to 2017.
Hold on. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into your story.
Okay.
We're going to get into your story because I know you got a lot to say. And I want you to uncover it starting from the beginning, you know, to you know, the mid-2000s to, you know, all the way up till now. My legendary first question, and I seen Primo tap in. What's up, Primo? Grand Nasty, what's up? Nina Styles. What was KP's first car? Like first car ever. Not first car that got you in the game, but your first car.
A convertible red Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Okay.
It was a vert though. Okay. Like I had a vert.
Vert life, okay. Did you do anything to it?
I crashed that car though.
Oh, you crashed?
RIP to my Eclipse.
So how long did you had it? Did you able to do any modifications, or was it a car that you were trying to modify, or was it just an A to B car?
Nah, it was mine. That car was like, it was before I started being like, okay, I'm a modify. I was like, I'm a late teens girl. All the late teens girls, we piled in the car. It's like we gonna, you know, back then.
Yeah. So, you know, obviously, you're a female in a predominantly male space.
Right.
What got you into cars? Like, why not fashion or dolls or beauty? How did that kick off for you?
So I would say I feel like I'm a good mix of a lot of stuff. Cause like I kind of dare somebody to beat me for the shoes on the sneaker swag, you know. And then I also am like with it with the fashion, but not like historically how somebody told me the other day they know me because I'm gonna have on a dress or a skirt with some sneakers. And so that's not historically the way that girls do it, but in being able to create my own lane in this car culture, I felt like why not have something that will, like, other than my hair, that will be like, okay, this her lane. You could catch KP with a skirt or a dress and some sneakers on, like some bad sneakers, but some sneakers.
Right.
So I feel like I'm into a lot of different things.
Okay. Good stuff. As far as getting into the car culture as a, you know, as an early child, Was there anybody that inspired you or influenced you, and any family, maybe close friends, people who you've seen out in the streets that you looked up to?
Well, back in early, my aunt had a 70. What year was that? She had a Monte Carlo. It had to be like a no, it had to be like a 80.
Okay.
Or 81 Monte Carlo. She had a luxury sport though. And I remember like wanting that car. And then so fast forward, I wanted Kit out of Knight Rider.
Yeah. Everybody wanted that.
And then I wanted the car Vanilla Ice had in his video.
Okay.
You remember that?
Okay. Which car?
The convertible?
You got
the 5.0?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Everybody, I still want one.
Right. I ain't into that now. Oh, you catch me in a G body.
Oh, Boogie, what's up? Yeah, look, I like to be different, so I still like the 5.0s.
Right.
Yeah. Dope stuff. You're from I don't know if you got to say it, so I'm not gonna spell it, but where you from?
I'm from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, aka Duke.
So
they call it, right?
You know, we in Duval. We up north. We in North Florida.
Yeah.
The folks in South Florida be trying to put us with Georgia, but we still Florida.
Okay. So describe the car scene when you got into it. Like what was big? What was big back then? What was everybody doing?
So I would say back then, way back when I got into it, that's when everybody was on the box Chevys or the boxy Crown Vics, you know, the boxy Fords.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I first started, you remember, I don't know if y'all had this up there, but back in Florida, we used to put like themed the cars. So you might see Cheerios, or you might see M&Ms, or you might see they had them painted with the Chucky dolls, stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, you know, this a little bit. And then they started jacking the cars up, because remember, like, we jacked the cars up. We ain't have like big rims like that. We jacked the cars to make it look like the rims was big, and that was, thankfully, I never got into that shit, because like it was weird. Now that you look back at it, it was weird, but it was the thing to do.
You know, up here in Maryland, you know, obviously we up north, and you guys' car scene, it went from Florida to Georgia to the Carolinas to Virginia to Maryland, and it kind of it may have went to like Delaware a little bit, New York a little bit, but once it tapped up here into Maryland, I know you remember this.
Yes.
So
East Coast Riders.
That's what got, at least I can say for me and my team,
right.
That's what got us hip to what everybody was doing in the car culture down south. And up here, nobody was doing that. We was like, yo, they riding around with the Hot Wheels car. Yo, that's dope. Yo, they got teddy bears out the window. Yo, their wheels is like on 24s and 26s. Like, they putting truck rims on cars, and it's crazy. So when we brought the flavor up to, you know, the Baltimore scene, we were one of the few up in Baltimore, you know, doing that, and we kind of like stood out. But you know, we got it from y'all, like literally from literally our blueprint for my crew up in Baltimore was, yo, the new East Coast Riders 3 came out. Yo, we got to meet tonight. Let's study and see what they doing out in Florida, so that we could bring it up here and put our own little remix on it. Because we try to be ahead of the wave, because we know the wave is coming. So man, we done had the Lambo doors, the spinners, the pen, and you know, we had our own little mini DVDs, because we couldn't get on. We wasn't good enough for the East Coast Rider DVDs. I didn't put Baltimore. You remember the forums?
Yes.
Okay. Once I had my whole crew cars on 20, we all was on 22s. We had one person on 24s. We started to put our cars on the forum. They roasted us so bad. Oh my God, it was tough.
On the forums down here.
Yeah, it was terrible. Oh, y'all putting the little wheels on them cars, man. Y'all need to pack that. I was like, oh, they is ruthless. Truthfully,
Oh yeah.
I ain't,
Oh yeah.
I ain't post my car on that ever again. I said I'm gonna just watch. I'm gonna just sit back. I ain't ready. I ain't ready. And I started to run around my city with a camcorder. Like, man, I'm gonna put my city on the map. We was running around with a camcorder, recording everybody in the city, and we just made our own DVDs until we eventually got to a good enough level that we invited Midwest Street Riders to come to Baltimore. And at that point in time, in 2010, we kind of got our level up enough to be
Okay.
respectable. But I don't think, still to this day, man, Baltimore, I don't think we as known, for cars. But, we had cars here and we still had cars back then. Were you into like the DVDs? Did you know the guys who was throwing the DVDs? Were you in the forums?
Of
Were you on the
course.
DVDs?
I was not on the DVDs, but of course I knew who they were. I'm gonna tell you, what's funny was how life comes full circle. Because we used to watch Murph on East Coast
Oh,
Riders, right?
Murph was the original dunk master. For those who don't know, Murph
Right.
was well, I can speak for up here. I don't know. You can give your dissecting, but for us up here, for me looking back at that whole era and knowing who Dunk Master is today, and when we used to watch the DVDs back in 04, 05, 06, we seen the races. We weren't really in the races, but when we seen the race, we like, yo, that dude that got the fast dunk and the fast M&M short bid, his name is Murph. He's smoking everybody. Then it's a little dude that's with a red box Chevy. With a red Cutlass. He's saying, yo, I'm betting anything. Ain't nobody fast as me. Like, I think it was Primo, Big Low. Like, we knew that those guys was like the fastest guys down there in Florida that was holding it down. Talk about it. Talk about it.
So Murph was my favorite, because it was just like, okay, so as a younger girl, we think that like you being cocky, like being is like cool. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh man. So for life, and it's funny how life comes full circle. You could have never told me back then in the East Coast Rider days that fast forward all these years later, I would know Murph.
Mm-hmm.
Murph would become one of my best friends.
Oh, word.
With the day that Murph came to follow me, you would have thought Barack Obama followed me.
Yeah, Murph elect.
I was like,
Shout out to Murph, man.
like, Murph follow me.
Yeah.
So it's funny how life comes full circle from the days of me watching East Coast Riders to actually being cool, being able to pick up the phone and call. Like the creator of East Coast Riders, like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So did you I found out about you from doing research on we had CARTALK TV and we tried to do something that no one else is doing.
Right.
We did research, but obviously we didn't do enough research because there was a woman by the name of KP who's been in the car culture for years, decade plus 2 decades, and been on the podcast scene since 2019. Right. I looked.
Right.
I'm like, KP, let me see who this chick is. Okay, she doing what we doing. Then I start to scroll down like, oh no, she deep. Oh, Dunk Master. Oh, Primo. Cad. Like, whoa. Like, yo, she heavy in it. Then I was like, man, we gotta follow her because she's OG. We always like to pay homage to those who did it before us. So that's how I started to get familiar with yourself. But tell us a little bit about your transition. Well, no, before we get to that, let's talk about your builds. Tell us a little bit about your past builds when you was out there on the scene with the cars up until now.
Well, what's weird about it is never have I independently built anything on my own. Like, of course, I've been in relationships where we build stuff or collaborating with someone, but right now, my first build coming out all on my own. Not me building the car, but me choosing the shops, me choosing the color, me choosing everything on my own. Is a 86 SS Monte Carlo with T-tops. So I have two SS's. I have one that's an 86 that's T-top that's getting hopefully hitting the streets sometime sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And I also have an 87 that I bought first when I was going to race. But then I started to see like flaws in the game that I didn't really want to have to deal with when it comes to racing. Now that 87 has a roll bar and everything.
Ooh.
So I was coming in hot with that 87 and it's a hard top. But I started to see things that I didn't really agree with in the car culture as far as the racing. So I was like, I know my attitude. I know what type of person I am. So let me just dial it back. So I had to put out feelers to people all quietly, not right now. Cause like I don't know if I don't call my people fans. I call them followers or supporters. Mm-hmm. The supporters never knew that now I don't really change my mind about racing. I'm just going to get a cruiser. So I'm putting out feelers. I'm telling everybody, hey, listen, I want a T-top. So fast forward, I just bought the T-top. I just bought it. Nobody ever knew.
Oh, wow.
I just bought it in, that must have been, that was March.
Okay.
I just bought the T-top.
Like, so this year, like last month?
Yeah, just left. Yeah. So it's in the shop. It's getting worked on, you know.
Vybes.
Not going to say who the shops are yet. Cause it's a collaboration, different shop doing the motor and trans, different ones doing the body, paint and body, different ones doing the interior, different ones doing the music. So it's going to be a collaboration, and hopefully my vision is nice.
Yeah, good stuff. Look, since Vybes is not in here, I'm gonna have to do the honors to post the tag in the live. So just give me 1 second while I jump in here from my page. Because we got to make sure people know who you are. I mean, we compared to you, we got a little small audience, you know?
No, hey, listen. One thing about IG is it's up and down. It's like today you may have 100 people watching you, and tomorrow you may have 5, but you got to still keep talking. That's what I had to do. In 19 when I started, well, I'll let you ask the questions because I really want to talk about this.
Go ahead.
So in 19 when I started, which is oddly enough, big shout out to Rose. Rose, the kid, was my very first interview. So on September 2nd of 19, I had 3 shows that day just to kick it off.
Yeah.
I had Rose the kid, I had the legend Murph, and I had Miss Supersport, who is a legend, a G-Body legend in Atlanta in her own right.
I remember.
So,
I remember her.
So back then, if y'all on here watching, let me just flex on y'all a little bit. Y'all left me on red, guys. Y'all left me on red. Y'all ain't want to do my interviews. So fast forward to, I'm all right with y'all now, but remember y'all left me on red.
Look, I think everybody get it. You know, I get left on red all the time, and I just say, look, maybe I'm not valued to them. When I'm valued to them, then maybe they'll come around. And I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, you left me on red. I ain't letting you back in. No, come on. I'm valued now, so cool. You know, let's go ahead and do it. You know, I still rock with you or whatever like that. It's water under the bridge. Are you like that? Like,
yes, I have to be, because it's business. Yeah. It's not personal. So if I come at it from a personal perspective, then no, we wouldn't be having none of the interviews. Cause 85% of them left me on red.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I just had to keep on pushing. And then back when I first started, I was doing 2 shows a week. I was doing shows on Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay.
And so now this year I just dialed it back to once a week. Cause all of 19, all of 20, I was doing 2 shows a week. It was rough. It was rough to get on there on days when I didn't feel like it, on days when people would cancel. It'd be time to do the interview. Yeah. And
Yeah.
It's been a rough road. I tell you, it's been a rough road.
Look, we gonna get into that as well. How did you build these relationships? I mean, you don't have to give us the secret sauce, so I don't want you to spill your beans. But the bigger names, everybody knows the bigger names. But when the bigger names know you, it's a big difference. Big
Right.
difference. And you know, that's something that stuck out to me that made me say, I need to pay attention to what this chick KP is doing, because she has all the bigger guys, the leaders in the big rim, the big rim racing community on her platform. So it has to be something special about her, because they're on there, easy money, like everybody. Like you have and had, I would say, if not everyone, all the big dogs on there, and they're not on it just because, oh, it's charity, I'm gonna just do this interview. They on it because they genuinely rock with you. So how did those relationships form? How did they build? Did you know them personally? Like how did that happen? If you can talk about it just a little bit, not get spilling all your personal information, obviously.
Right. Well, it's not even a secret. One thing that the Nina said is I'm big on consistency. So you're gonna see one of the guys told me the other day, they said before I knew who you were, I knew who you were. Cause we was all talking one day and we was like, y'all be seeing that chick at the track all the time. She ain't with no bunch of people. She ain't on no groupie type stuff. She come to the track, she do what she gotta do, and she leave. Most times I would come to the track and drive back home that same night, you know, or because I just wanted to be around it. And I was in a relationship previously. So in 2017, when I had a breakup, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start back doing what I love. So I would go to car shows, I would go to races, I would go to wherever there were cars. You would see me. And so people just started to take notice. They just was like, I come, I bet my money, and I leave. And I'm never, like, some people feel like you have to be disrespectful or you have to be controversial to be in this culture. And I never came at it from that perspective. I was always genuinely me. So who you see me as on Rydes and Vybes, who you see me as when you meet me at the track, that's who I am in real life. I'm positive. I'm not with the messiness. When they get to getting messy, when they get to talking crazy, I don't correct them on live. I call them on their phone and I'm like, hey, Rail, fuck is you doing? This is not that. But it took me a while. Like I can call all of them, but it's on some, I'm not trying to be no groupie. I'm not asking them for nothing. I just come from a place where I believe that we all need each other, and I just want to see them do good. You know, I want to see them do good with racing, but I also want to see them be good people. Because I feel like most of them are my brothers now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my sisters, because we got girls now. Hey, don't forget.
Girls are hard. I see in Dallas. I seen Blue Angel. I seen her.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
And she will gap you. We want you to build something so she can gap you.
I'm working on it. I got some I got some things that I'm scratching off the bucket list. You know, right? Everybody knows I love the luxury cars. I love supercars. I love classic cars too. I gotta get back to the big wheel thing because that's what really made my name. You know, the car show rel moniker. You know, from having the big rims, the big rims on the old school, the big rims on the on my Chevy Tahoe. And you know, my goal is to build two old schools. One gonna be show, and one gonna be go. I gotta have both. So already written it down what the cars are gonna be. So y'all just gotta wait and see how it's gonna come, when it's gonna come. But it's gonna take everybody by surprise. But we talked a little bit about you know, Rydes and Vybes. What made you start, you know, Rydes and Vybes? Like what was it you know, that led you to saying, hey, look, you know, maybe I want to become as I call myself now, almost like an automotive enthusiast journalist. Like, where did
Right.
that come from?
So all the fans used to ask me questions about all the racers. Like, I used to be like, I wasn't with them shooting in the gym. I know we're familiar. I could talk to all of them. I'm in different circles, but I really don't know them like that. So one day, Bruce, been getting cash, big shout out to Bruce. I said, Bruce, I'll never forget it. I was sitting, I don't know whose show I was at, but I was sitting in my car at Reynolds. And Bruce was on live. And I said, Bruce, people keep asking me questions about you. Can we do an interview? And it was impromptu. We was talking. I was asking him questions from the comments, and he was answering them.
So,
And that was the beginning of Rydes and Vybes. That had to be in August. That was in August.
okay.
Then September 2nd, which was a holiday. I guess that was like Labor Day or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever holiday is in September. I think it's Labor Day.
Yeah, you're right. Memorial Day is in May.
Rydes and Vybes was born. I'm like, okay, well, since everybody trusts me to ask their question, guess what we gonna do? I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna be the Oprah of the car culture.
Yeah.
I can't get nobody no cars, but I'm gonna sure be Oprah.
Yeah.
So fast forward to now, it's been going on my second year. I'm into my second year, and it's been great. I have one thing about my show is you don't have to have 100K followers to come on my show. You can have 100 followers. You know, everybody needs everybody. I've introduced people in the car culture that people was like, oh man, I didn't even know I can get that done to my car. There are going to be some things that are going to happen with my car that once I'm able to get my car out, then I will interview those people. You and I have talked about a few of the things.
Absolutely.
So when I'm able to bring my car out and people are able to see, oh man, that's dope. Who did that? Guess what? Coincidentally, they're coming on my show next month. So I periodically leave slots because I'm praying my car gets done sometimes. So I leave slots for those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
man, good stuff. Let me shout out a few folks that's up in here. Opulent M3, L Boogie, what up, Fresh Bands, Lenny Logic, Don't Ride or Die, what's up? Osito, The Whip Connoisseur, FK Hada, Lady Kells, Nina Styles, Tomboy Tab, It's Just Star, A Cool Bud, D Sticks, 75 Chevy Kelly, Beast Mode, Crawford Family, AK J Lewis, Rest Easy, Easy Money 833, Luda 456, Darren Cooper. Man, those are a few people who actually stay with us and with us right now, and it's been a ton others who actually came through. Today's a monumental day for you. A monumental day for KP. Y'all didn't see the post. She put in her 2 weeks notice. Now, for those who don't know me, I'm big on entrepreneurship. Big on entrepreneurship. Just to give a little bit of background. I worked in corporate America for 10 years at Bank of America. That's where I made pretty much most of my financial earnings. Was able to amass the cars I wanted, from old schools to, my Mercedes, to the multi-piece frames, Forgiatos, my house. I built a lot off working for Bank of America. And also the military as well. I got military experience. But at some point in time, corporate America didn't love me anymore. And I didn't love it either. And it got to a point where it was like just bumping heads. And, I remember it like yesterday, in 2012, my daughter was about to be born in a couple months. I just put $3,000 down on my Forgiatos, and I still had a balance to pay. And I was just at work like, I can't take it no more. Every day was just driving me closer and closer up the wall. And I remember telling one of my coworkers saying, man, I'm about to go on lunch. Might be the last time y'all see me though. I might not come back. And that literally was the last time they see me. I took an extended lunch. I went to the casino. Like I was stressed, straight stressed. Really, bro, appreciate you. I mean, I was straight stressed. And just because so much was going on, you know, emotions running wild. I didn't like the job anymore. Like the money didn't matter to me no more. I was like, man, I get another job making less as long as I'm happy. And that's when I realized, like, man, I need to find something that I love and not really put a dollar sign on it. Because if I love it, I'll make it work. And I'll do what I can to amass whatever, you know, financial gains. But once they let me go, which they did, they called me back in, you know, had my little, packed up my stuff in my little cubicle, gave me my box. I was pissed for probably about a day or two. But after that, I was like, I will never again leave my life in the hands of an employer. I need to figure a plan out to become my own boss. A friend of mine gave me a book called Think and Grow Rich. I started reading books. I'm a kid from the hood. I don't read no books. I read books in high school. What I need to read books for? That book changed my life. Started reading audios, you know, and I still do that today. And that really led me to a year later finding another job, making damn near double than what I was making before. Didn't stay there long because I still wanted to be my own boss, but that put me in a position to be able to continue to build up my credit, pay off some debts, build up a savings stash, so that whenever I find out that next move, which was, you know, opening up my luxury transportation company, I can do so and have a cushion, you know, a 6-month, a 12-month cushion. Let's talk about you, man. I'm putting you on a pedestal, you know. No, look, cheers. I got water in here, but for real, big time. Cheers to you, KP, because we had a talk a couple weeks ago, and you know, you told me what you were thinking about doing, and you know, we shared some deep convo back and forth, and to see you do that today, it's like, wow, man, she wasn't BSing. So yeah, let's talk about it.
I want that. So the universe has been telling me I'm really big on speaking things into fruition, which is, you know, like I say, when you know better, you do better. And as you get older, you start to see things differently, right? So I'm really big on speaking things into fruition, manifestation. I started to feel sick going to work. Like, so in all other aspects of my life, I'm so happy. I'm traveling, like everybody's on the outside looking in like, damn, KP, she living. Yeah. But then there's this job. So I got to go back to the job, and I'm like, so first to give you a little bit of background on my job, I work for a bank, you know, well, so I don't normally say it on here, but I'm in the IT department. And I don't have a degree. And I'm the only black girl on my team. So I didn't know anything about it. So that's how we know favor is not fair. And I just started to feel like it's always something. I felt like they were picking on me. When they probably maybe not even picking on me. It's the universe picking on me. Like, you got to go. Yeah. You got to go. You got to go.
Push your way. Yeah.
You got to go. So I started to read books. I was building, the whole time I've been building my brand. Like, I know you can buy followers, you can buy this, you can buy that, but I've never done any of that. So my following has been growing organically. I have a few streams of income. I sell G-body parts. I sell purses. I do like a lot of different things. So last year at the Classic, I'll never forget, I told, I don't know if you know DS, Roger from DS Customs, DSJ. So he's in Savannah. And I was telling Roger, I said, Roger, I really want to quit my job. He was like, KP, let me just tell you something. So many of us got your back that you're not going to fail. Even if we gotta give you money on a monthly basis, or we gotta give you a job. Or in this last year at the Classic, so this in November, So the whole time the universe pushing me like, come on, go, go. My followers, my supporters, they push me so much, bro. Like I never even wanted to start selling shirts. I never wanted to start selling hats. I never want to start selling nothing. Since then, they done pushed me to selling shirts. I sell stickers. I sell keychains. I just started a new line on my t-shirts. So they've been pushing me. Like, so the universe been telling me, if you let go, I got you. So today was just the last straw. I was just like, you know what? I have been trying to get short-term disability, trying to go about it in a way where I'm like, okay, I need to have a little bit more cushion. But sometimes you just got to jump out the plane and then the net will catch you. So I feel like today I jumped out the plane and in 2 weeks, the net just got to catch me.
Yeah. And it will. It will for sure.
So we'll see. I mean, we got to see what the universe got for us.
Hey, y'all know we always talk about MCM, you know, money, cause, motivation. You know, I'm always talking about, you know, how to boss up, how to get to the next level. I'm in a good position, but I'm trying to get greater, you know, and I'm not just trying to get greater for myself and my family, but also so I can inspire others, so I can touch others, also so I can help others who need it. You know, it's a lot of people out here who really need it. And when you're in that position to do so, you know, you don't need to, you know, get permission from the higher up to maybe pull somebody up, to pull somebody aside. Do me a favor right quick, KP. And I'm gonna do this right now. Drop your Cash App. Drop your Cash App on the drop it in the comment. You know, if anybody else want to chip in, I'm about to Cash App it right now. This is what we do. It's MCM money.
Oh my goodness! Thank you. I appreciate it.
Money, cause, motivation, and I'm you know, just to support you and your venture, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know it's not easy as an entrepreneur, as a new entrepreneur as well. You know, just stepping out there in faith, and you know, taking that leap of faith when you may not have everything lined up. You may not know where it's going to come from. Vybes is on here as well. I'm about to tap you in, bro. I'm about to tap you in.
So let me just say this, right? My friends and my people around me don't even know it, but already, because I know I'm a multimillionaire in the making, I got a whole staff in my head. They just don't know they coming to work for the company, but I got a whole staff. Because I don't feel like you said, it's not about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to be a catalyst, right? So I'm here to put out positivity in the universe and help other people. It's not even about me. I don't need anything. I need it because I need to pull other people up with me. You know what I mean? So I got a whole staff of people. You might even be on the staff.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You and Vape, y'all on the staff. Y'all don't even know.
Oh,
but y'all on my staff.
I'm on the staff.
Look,
you on my staff.
Hey, look, man. Y'all know I'm out here grinding, man. I'm out here doing a little video, a little photo, man. But I could not you know, tap in real quick, man. Because KP, man, you definitely are legendary in your own time, and I want to be able to tell you myself, I really appreciate what you're doing. I recognize what you're doing. And it doesn't matter if you get the accolades of others. What's meant to be is going to happen. You know what I mean? If nobody claps, guess what? The deposit is still going to happen.
Right.
If nobody yells your name out across the room, the deposits are still going to happen, man. And you're still going to have those, that Rolodex. Back in the day, remember we had the Rolodex? I still call it a Rolodex of phone numbers, man, of all these important people, man, in the racing culture. And, you know, I would rival a lot of people Rolodex against your Rolodex.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
To be honest. So you know, we like to give away stuff, man. So I know Kasha Rail, we dropped the Cash App, right?
Yep. Just send it to him.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. You know, we like to invest too. Even though we're going to be working for you, we still want to invest in the company that we're going to be working for.
Right. Bob. Ask us up.
Right. Yes, ma'am. But
I'm gonna pay y'all in Bitcoin.
Hey, I'm with it.
I already got a plan.
Hey, send me the Bitcoin. I appreciate it.
I love it. Hey, now that you tapped in, man, before I get into the random five, is there anything you want to uncover since you just jumping on here?
Yeah, when I first started my search in the big wheel, big racing culture as a person that's about to buy my first G body, I went to a lot of accounts, reached out to a lot of people, got a lot of heck no. That's the nice version of what some people said. But literally every account that I went to was following KP. Big names following KP, saying KP's name on their live, you know, as she would enter the room. And it's like 800 people on the live, but it's, oh, KP in here? I'm like, okay, this KP person is important. And literally when I did my research on her page, I saw the number of people that she spoke to. But more than anything, she's kind of like glue. You know, this person don't like that person. But guess what? KP ain't got nothing to do with none of that foolishness.
Big facts.
And I see that consistently, man. So shout out to you, KP. I love what you're doing. And I'm just looking forward to the future and anything that CARTALK TV can do for you. Hey, we got your back.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Man, listen, y'all don't know. Y'all call. I was on, I think I was, oh yeah, y'all was on live with some people one night. I don't know what night it was, but it was the first time I ever came on y'all live. And y'all called me legendary, a legend. I was like, who? I was looking back like,
yeah.
who are they talking about? Who the legend? I was like, I can go quit my job. Now I'm a legend. I'm done.
Yeah.
That's really when the like stuff was like, oh, I'm a legend. I'm finna quit this job.
Yeah. Now you are. And I mean, Carsho Rail put in his resignation. That inspired me when he told me that story. And I remember last August when I put in my resignation. And now here we are months later, man. I haven't missed a beat. And I'm super excited to see you put your resignation in. And the future is very bright. So, but look, let me get on back to this photo shoot and video shoot. You know, I got to get my makeup on and stuff. Nah, I'm doing the video and I'm doing the photography. I'm not on the other side of the camera. These lovely ladies are that I'm in here with. So I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, man, that's super dope. And this is what it's all about. You know, inspiring each other.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's just sometimes you can't see it, but other people see it for you. Or sometimes you might need to see somebody else do it. Like, man, if they could do it and survive, I know I can do it. So like, they got inspired off of me. I got inspired off somebody else. You know, you might got inspired from Vybes or me, or just from talking to, you know, the guys down where you are. Man, that inspiration piece is huge. And I see Lenny Lodger. He said this is amazing. Definitely a great convo. Glad I tapped in. Lenny, man, look, if you're not familiar with Kate, definitely get familiar with her. Logic Enterprise LLC. He has a podcast as well where he do a live stream show. Not only with car people, but you know, mainly in the business world. He talking a lot of dope business owners, entrepreneurs, startups. So you know, if you're not familiar with Lenny Logic of Logic Enterprise LLC, he's definitely somebody to tap into if y'all looking for that you know, motivation as well. I
actually just started following him. Probably I met him over the weekend at MJ at that the Stunt Fest Appreciation Day.
Okay. So
I got the chance to meet him, and then I just started following him.
Those up. Yeah, he just
on my birthday. He seen me on my birthday.
Yeah, he just said that. Dope. All right, so you know, we running up almost on the 45-minute mark. I do this game called Random 5. Well, I ask 5 questions, and you give me 5 random answers. First thing coming to your mind. All right.
Okay.
What's your dream car?
A 69 Chevelle convertible.
What's your favorite restaurant?
It's gonna sound so cheesy, but I love Olive Garden.
Look, Olive Garden. What you like, the bread? Like what's your specialty? Olive Garden?
The bread and the salad.
Yeah. That's the go-to. What's your favorite destination place to visit?
Miami.
Okay. So let me dive into that a little bit more deeper. Were you always going to Miami as you know, a younger youth, since you're pretty much
Yes.
not too far from there.
Yes. Yes. I'm like 4.5, 5 hours. So yes, I always was. Back in the day, we used to have spring break in Daytona. So Daytona, that was the
Turn up. We're just gonna say the turn up.
It was like the freak nigga Florida.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So my fourth question is, what keeps KP going every day?
I would say just feeling like I gotta make it. It's a song that plays in my head. I'm not sure. You probably know this song. You know that song by Trey Songz, Just Gotta Make It?
I used to love that song.
I hear that song in my head all the time. I just can't give up. I feel like it's too many people watching me and waiting for me to make it. So I'm inspiring them. So that inspires me.
Love it. Love it.
Look, my daughter said me. I got a grandson on the way too, so.
Oh, yeah. Family, right? You got to do it for the fam.
Right.
I think that's me thinking of the single me versus, the married me with a family. I still had hunger back then, but the hunger is different now when you got a family. When you like real responsibilities, like you putting life into somebody else other than you. That takes at least for me, that takes my grind and my hustle and grit to a whole nother level.
But I will say I'm in a unique situation, whereas my daughter's grown. She's 25. And she is like an amazing woman. Like my daughter bought her house at 22. Ooh. She has a career. Like all the shit that I wasn't thinking about doing at 22, I instilled in her to do it. So she got savings on top of savings. She was just talking to me the other day about selling her house. Thinking about selling her house. I had to kind of like, she never knew, but I was kind of like fighting back tears because I'm like, this girl 25. She talking about selling her first house, buying her second house. At 25, I wasn't thinking about buying a damn house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a unique situation, whereas I don't have to take care of her. She takes care of herself. So that's why I can travel and I can do all the things that I do. And I also live a very minimalist lifestyle. People don't think that, but when I ran into debt trouble younger, it taught me how to be older and build my credit and not try to keep up with the Joneses and have very minimal bills. So when I was going over what I needed to do to be able to leave my job, I had my budget in mind, and technically I can make $90 a day and be fine, great with paying all my bills. So who can really say that? Like a lot of people can't say that. So I'm good with when it comes to that type of stuff.
How did you learn that? Was it self-taught? Was it instilled or trial and error?
Trial and error. So when I was younger, even when I left my ex, right? I done so much to try and because you don't know nothing about being a woman, but I'm gonna speak to the women on here. As being a woman, we're always giving to everybody, our kids, our husbands, our boyfriends, our job, our this, that we're always in last place. So when I left my ex, my credit was shit. Like a high schooler probably had better credit than me. So I started to call these places, like these credit repair places, and they was telling me stuff. But then I started, Google is everybody's friend. Yeah. If you want to hide something from most people, hide it in reading. So my sister, I never forget, my sister sent me a form that you can send to all the credit bureaus. It's like a generic form where you could dispute stuff. So she was like, I got this form. So she sent me the form. I started disputing. I started getting all my stuff together. Fast forward to, this was 2017. Fast forward to now. Oh, the petty me wants to send some of my exes that credit score. And I knew when they sent, when I got that American Express, I was like, think we made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to teach myself though. I didn't go through debt, credit repair. I didn't go through anything to get to where I am now. It's just reading. And like I said, when you know better, you do better. Because now I know better. I know not to mess up my credit doing these things. I know not to, you know, like my red Camaro I just got rid of last year, that was paid for. So guess what? I didn't trade it in.
Right.
I sold it, took the music out, sold that, took the rims off, sold them, then put that money in the bank and went and put a deposit down on the new car just to try to get my credit score up to as close to 850 as possible. Now I can go pay that blue Camaro off tomorrow, but I don't want to do that. I want to still keep building that credit. And these are all things that I had to learn and read and talk to other people. So like I said, I told you earlier, we die with a lot of information. Just because they don't stop printing money. So just because you make $1 don't mean I can't make it. But so people so selfish, they don't want to share the information. Yeah. But I'm going to share my information. I had to go to business classes to learn a lot of stuff about trade lines and different banks and different stuff like that. But I'm sharing that information on the daily for free with people because I want to see us all win. And that's the thing that I think we're missing as people of color. We usually have that crabs in a barrel mentality. We want to pull you down because you up. But I want to see everybody win. When you become a millionaire, guess what? That make me look good. That let me know I can do it. So you quitting your job, Vape quitting his job, all these people that I'm around on a consistent basis. One of the biggest, my homeboy, have one of the biggest old school car parts company ever, and he did 8 years in prison. Now he probably a millionaire, like he a millionaire.
Yeah.
And he did 8 years in prison. So I'm just blessed to be able to be around people who done been through shit and now they got it together.
Yeah, I think also as time, I mean, I'm young. I'm not old, but
you ain't young.
Yeah, I'm 37. I'm probably younger than you.
Oh, you a baby.
Yeah. See, there we go. So I guess from 18, just learning about credit. Like my mom kind of did the same thing you did. She said, when you turn 18, go open up a department store card. Go buy a $500 watch. Have them run your credit. It may be a high interest, but pay it off in a couple months, and then do it again. Go get a Home Depot card. Go get a Lowe's card, and just build up your credit. Get a gas card. Build up your credit. And I probably asked a couple years, I think this year, last year, said, hey, where did you learn that from? And she said, man, it was an infomercial. And I said, man, I messed up. I caught on to this late, but when my son get older, I'm going to school him to the credit game. And, that's how I started to build my credit at an early age. And, I misuse it at an early age. I bought so many car stuff on credit cards, high interest rates. I'm paying double. You might buy a whole system for $1,000. By the time you pay it off, you done spent $2,000, and you don't realize it at the time. But as the years go by, like, whoa, why am I still paying on this thing? The interest is this, like, oh man. But neither here nor there. These are things that we learn at a young age. But I'm starting to see, as time progresses from then till now, I see a lot more people like you, a lot more people like podcasts, Ask Cash. He's on Earn Your Leisure Network now. And I rock with those guys heavy. They talk a lot about stocks and business and everything like that. But it's tons of other platforms from people of color that's putting out this information now. This era is the era for these young kids to make a tremendous amount of money, to be way farther than where we were at their early age. So, there's no reason for any young kids to say, man, I ain't have no opportunity, or I grew up in the hood, or I ain't had no father figures, I ain't had no role model. Look, I didn't either. But guess what? The internet has role models, figures. You just got to do your research and look for it.
Right.
Last question, KP. How does KP wants her legacy to be remembered?
So I just want to, it's going to sound super cheesy, right? But have you ever been to a funeral and they stand up and say, oh man, he was such a good person. And you be looking around like, who the hell they talking about? Because he wasn't no good person.
Right.
Like, he wasn't a good person. I want, when people stand up at my funeral, to say I was a good person, they really mean I was a good person. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't a perfect person, but I was a good person. And I want to impact everyone that I come across in a positive way.
Love it. Love it. With that being said, you know, we got about 5 minutes left. What tips, gems, wisdom that you have, that you gained, that you can share, you know, just with the audience? You know, this is going to be a part of your legacy that's going to be on YouTube, on IG. So when people go back and say, yo, the legend KP had an interview back in 2021, I wonder what she was talking about back then.
Right.
You know, what tips and gems that you have? It could be anything from business to cars, following your passion, jumping off the porch. Leave it with it.
Well, the main thing I would say is, make sure you work on you. Before you can work on anybody or anything, work on you. You know, it's the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So whatever you need to do to be okay with yourself, up to and including if you need to go to therapy, if you need to, hell, if you need to go to a monastery in Michigan to be in tune with your star player. So once you repair the inside, then you can work outward. And so if there's anything about yourself that you don't like, I mean, spiritually, mentally, work on it, you know, work on what you need to do to make sure that you're okay. Because once I was happy with myself, I was able to make such an impact and make other people happy. And I think that's the important thing. It's none of this stuff, none of this material stuff. We can't take none of it with us. But what we can go on about our day with is, Rail made an impact on me, or KP made an impact on me. And it's up to me now, what am I going to do with what Rail, the way that he impacted me? And so I just want to be, in a world full of reality TV bullshit, I just want to be an hour of reality TV positivity.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Let me shout out a few folks before we get on out of here. Don't do said rich in character is priceless. Yes, it is. I see Zay TRD up in the building. What's up, Zay? Lady Kells. She said, I would say you protect people's spirit from negative spirit. T Rose up in the building. Nina Style said, woo, I needed that. Is that your daughter?
No, she's world's top model. It's my daughter.
Oh, okay. My bad. Sorry, Nina. Yeah, so
Thank you, Nina.
75 Chevy Kelly said credit needs to be brought up in schools, especially for seniors.
I agree.
Man, I agree with that 100%. But until then, you know, we got to do our part to, you know, manage our household a little bit better as well. So if you have the knowledge, man, don't depend on nobody. Don't depend on no school system. Don't depend on no church. Don't depend on no religion. Don't depend on no TV, no role models. Like, yo, school the kids. If you got some kids that's walking up and down your street, man, and they pointing at your car, you know, and they like, oh, I want a car like that, man. Put them aside. Give them a little bit of game. Give them a little bit of game.
Right.
You know, make sure your kids know about credit, business. You know, guarding your energy, having a positive spirit, giving back. You know, all that. Where can people find you at, KP?
So on everything, all my social sites, it's KP Rides and Vibes. So if you aren't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, the link is in my bio. If you are not following one of my many businesses, all the links are in my bio. I am Rides and Vibes. I am Bags by KP. I am G Body Parts Connect. I am Garage Sale Saturdays. And stay tuned for many other streams of income. This year, all of us are future millionaires, and we are creating multiple streams of income.
Woo, I felt that in my spirit. Look, before we get out of here, let me shout out some folks again. T Rose, Opla M3, Zay TRD, Stand On It Podcast, Don't Ride or Die, Don't Deuce, Osito, Chain Link, The Whip Connoisseur, Robel,
My girl.
Lady Kells, Law Hendricks, Speed Virus, Miss Coco, 75, Chevy Kelly, the legend. Rod N 79, Joseph Rivers, 305, Mr. Wilson, world's top model, Easy Money, 833, G Code 2.0, pretty much Yandy 03, Strictly Business DJs, Crystal 15W, Last King 6, Hot Rod 107. Man, look, appreciate everybody for tapping in for this nice hour with the legend herself, KP. Mr. Robel says, salute to everyone, man. Salute to everybody. Make sure y'all tap in with KP. Support her on the journey of entrepreneurship as well. We wish you well. We know you're going to do great. We know you're going to kill it. She got her interviews on YouTube, so make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Myself on YouTube and also IG, Carshel Rel Purnell, aka Carshel Rel. Tap in with us on CARTALK TV, Instagram, and also YouTube, and eVapors, Instagram and YouTube. KP, we thank you for the hour. Man, this hour went super quick. Can't wait
It
to
did.
see you again so that we can chop it up in person. We talked about some things, so y'all be on the lookout. We got something in store. Y'all be on the lookout.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be like Tommy on Martin now, so I ain't gonna have to go into the job. So
fact. We just jets, jump on some planes, I hop in the car and just skate and link up. But man, look, we appreciate everybody for tapping in.
Not real. We gonna be on PJ time this year.
Yeah, for sure. I got the
Private jet.
I got the plug. Just let me know when we fly.
All right.
Appreciate everybody. As I always say, stay positive, stay motivated. Oh, and shout out to my man, Saw the Muscle, for the merch, SRT God. Yeah. But yeah,
nice.
Stay positive, stay motivated. Salute.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's out of here.